all the way over here.
Yeah. And I'm going to take the shot. Okay, so we're going to go
done
to the
with
next
that shot. There's a corner shot over there. We'll get all the corner shots first, and then we'll just get random shots in the middle of our quote-unquote field. So this is the northwest corner of the field. The robotics facing us, and we're clicking the sloppy disc button, and it shot it. We shoot the southwest corner.
And the robot is following.
And then the southeast corner. Yeah, the robot's following us. Once you get it all set up, minus the technical difficulties, it goes pretty quick. You can survey a lot of acres pretty quick. So here's our southwest corner.
And if we were shooting a head gate or a ditch, you just name your shots as you take them. You do want to make sure that the data collector and the rover don't get too far separated from each other, or they'll lose connection. So if you have one of those brackets that hooks onto the rod, this can easily be a one-person operation.
So these are all field shots. We named them field shots, and that is the last corner of the field.
Okay.
And then we'll just take some random shots here. I'm not going to record that part. We'll just take some random shots in here and then go back to the office and download them. So what Gene said earlier was that the rover and the data collector, they're Bluetooth. So you can't get them very far away from each other, probably no more than 25 feet, at which the Bluetooth connection will get lost. We're just taking random shots in this square, our quote-unquote field corner right there, right there, right there, right there. And now we're just taking shots randomly in the field. We're gonna then download the points, put them in EFT, and before we do that, we're gonna close on our benchmark. Before we close on our original benchmark, we're gonna shoot another benchmark. It's a good idea to have at least 3 benchmarks, and we do in this survey. We have the one we're going to right now that we haven't shot. We have the X that's on the concrete over here, and then we have the TBM underneath the equipment. So they're gonna shoot that benchmark over there, and if a contractor comes and knocks down any of these stakes, or 1 or 2, at least we'll have 1 left. If he hits all 3, then we got problems. So you got to place your benchmarks in places where they're inconspicuous, so that they don't get taken out. So we shot this benchmark. Now we're going back to our X to close out our survey.
One thing about the TopCon is the robotic is that if you do have to move behind a tree or a fence or something, it will track you at the speed that you were moving at. So you
face it the sun again, that way.
You don't want to lose contact with it.
There we go.
But you also, there it goes. See, it went back to the floppy disk. You also can move past objects that do block line of sight. That's it. We've closed our survey.
We closed our survey.
Wait, leave it right there. I forgot to name it close. So let's name it.
Named it close. All the other shots we named field shots. Shot. And then you named that benchmark, I think.
No, I forgot to.
So just remember, you put all your naming stuff in there.
Here, I'm gonna go.
We shot how many points? 15?
Around that, yeah.
We started at point 100 and we shot 15 points.
So I'm doing close and I'm shooting it. And because I changed the name, it's a 2-point check. You got to go through it. We took the point. One thing you can do is you can look on the map. You can see your survey here. I think, let me see how I do this. I think you go. So here's our survey that we took. Here's the control. Here's full extents right there. You can zoom in, or maybe that's full extents. No, full extents.
One of them is full extents.
Yeah, one is. It's but you can look and see if you got your lines straight, if you missed a spot. If we were land leveling, we might have gone and taken another shot in these missing areas, but otherwise we got to go survey.
Okay, so we're done.
It's worked.
Stop. Okay.
So after you're done with your survey, we're just gonna deconstruct everything. When you turn off the survey on your data collector, you're just gonna turn it off. On the Trimble, it's a little bit different. You have to go and power down receiver, this, that, and the other. When you're storing all this equipment, this is $15,000 to $20,000 equipment. If you have one in your office, be very careful with it. Take care of it. Don't bump it. Put it back in its case the way it should be. When you're carrying it from a job to a job, don't put it on the floorboard where it's going to bounce around. Put it in the middle of the vehicle and seat belt it. We don't want it jostling. This is very high precision equipment, so the more that you let it jostle, the more that we're going to have to take it to get serviced. If you're surveying and you have your vehicles close to the robotic, make sure that if you're moving the vehicle, you don't back up into the vehicle or hit it. If you're surveying out in a field and there's cows, don't set it up in the field with the cows, because the cows are curious and they'll go and row up against it and damage it. Or horses. And the second part of this video, we're just going to go to the office and we're going to download the points we shot, and then we're going to put in EFT and do a quick land leveling design on it.